Welcome back to TechKidFX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Vechain, whose current price stands at the $0.02382 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.97%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out any key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Vechain from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, and starting my analysis here on the daily chart. Here on the daily chart, you can see after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, managing to break above key areas of resistances, but at the key area of resistance at around the $0.03362 mark, we got rejected, and we are seeing a massive pullback to the lower side. Jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis. Here on the 4-hour chart, after making our low down there, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that I was terming as an Elliot wave structure, having that as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, then I expected a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4, then continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, but that movement to the upper side got invalidated the moment our wave 4 over here retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so, I had to remove these Elliot wave structures from my charts and view this movement to the upper side as something else, and the only way we can view that as is just an ABC corrective movement. And we have seen the high for that ABC corrective movement, and after seeing the high for that ABC corrective movement, whatever I expected next on this other side is the formation of a 5-wave structure to the lower side, and I believe we are seeing that structure right here, having that as the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and then a wave 5, making our low at around the $0.02116 mark. And after making that low, whatever I expect next is the formation of a wave 2 to the upper side, because after seeing this 5-wave structure, we can now name it as a higher Elliot wave count 1, and after the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1, whatever we expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, and because a wave 2 is a retracement of the first wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of that wave 1 to the low of that wave 1 to give us a minimum retracement area to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2, and that retracement is between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.382 as a minimum, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and then remove the Fibonacci's, and you can see that my target area lies between the $0.027 mark and the $0.025 mark. So that is the minimum that I expect that wave 2 to the upper side to do, and that means there is a possibility that Vechain might give us a bit of a bounce over here to get us into this target area, and for that to play out, I also expect to break above Vechain to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.024 mark, maybe even see a successful retest of that key area of resistance, and once the retest is in and we continue pushing higher, I expect us to get us into this target area, and once we fully maximize that target area, we can expect a very nice impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3, and for this movement to also play out in the formation of a wave 2, I expect to see an increase in volume here on the Vechain chart, and also a bull movement in the whole crypto market like what is happening right now. So there is a possibility that very soon we might get into this target area before we continue seeing lower prices in the formation of a wave 3, but we can also invalidate that movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 3 in case Vechain continues to push higher in the formation of that wave 2, manage to break out of our target area and get above the key area of resistance at around the $0.029 mark, and once that happens and we also manage to break above the fib level 0.78 fib level, which perfectly lies at around the $0.031 mark, then I will have to view this movement to the upper side as something else, and also change my structures right here and sketch out even more bullish movements here on the Vechain chart. And to support that movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 2, we have been trading within this consolidation right here, and we managed to break out of that consolidation to the lower side, and after breaking out of that consolidation, which was also within a channel which is right here, that is, we also managed to break out of this channel that I have right here, and after breaking out, we even saw a retest of that lower side of the channel in this movement that I have right here, and after the retest was in, we continued pushing lower, getting back back to around the $0.02175 mark. And in that movement we saw the formation of a chart pattern over here, which is a double bottom. And if I draw it out, you can see we had this impulsive movement to the lower side, making our first low, then saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, forming the neckline of that double bottom. Then we saw a very nice movement to the lower side, forming the second bottom. Then we are seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side, and right now we are seeing a breakout out of this double bottom that I have drawn out over here. And this is a chart pattern that normally breaks to the upper side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the top and that is the neckline and the bottoms. So using a trend line, we can get that height between the neckline and the bottoms, then place these heights right here to give us a minimum target area to the upper side, and that gives me a minimum target area back to around the $0.025 mark. So there are high chances that Vechain very soon will be trading above the $0.024 mark and maybe get us back to around the $0.025 mark. And once that plays out, that will still be supporting this movement to the upper side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, which I will also expect it to play out in an ABC corrective movement. So maybe on the lower time frames, I would expect to see an ABC corrective movement play out. And once I see that structure, I'll be letting you know. And so let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also zooming in on this chart so that I can show you the other key chart pattern that we have information right here. We have the formation of a head and shoulders pattern, and if I draw it out, we can have this as the left shoulder of that head and shoulders pattern. Then you have seen the formation of the head, then the neckline, then the right shoulder. Then after the formation of the right shoulder, we have been seeing much of a consolidation right here, but we are yet to see a breakout out of this consolidation right here to the lower side in a movement that I would expect Vechain to lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark. And in case that happens, because this is a structure that normally breaks to the lower side, having the target area of that breakout as the height between the head and the neckline, I can get that height and then place it down here to give us a minimum target area back to around the $0.0011 mark. And in case we lose that key area of support at around the $0.02 mark, there is a possibility that Vechain might get back to around the $0.01123 mark. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the 4-hour RSI, we are trading at around the 72 mark, meaning we don't have massive room for us to support any movement to the upper side since we are in the overbought region. And soon we might see a bit of a retracement here on the RSI to try and create some room for us to continue pushing even higher. On the MACD, we have printed a bullish cross, and that means higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.